Hey, it's Michael Saul, also known as Tiny, with the market video for the week of August 26th, 2013. Just making sure I had the right date. Okay, so let's take a look at the market here and see if we could come up with a nice plan for the coming week. Well, this week is not a holiday week, but the following Monday is Labor Day. So we should be watching for volume to kind of get lighter as the week goes by, unless, of course, there are fireworks in one way, one direction or the other. So the market is looking better than it did the middle of last week, but it's really not out of the woods yet. You could see that the S&P 500 closed 2 times now back over the 50-day after being down below it for 3 days. So that's a good start, but it's running right into short-term resistance, which are these moving averages here. So the first thing the S&P has to do is fill the gap. Then from there, if it can get above there, then it will try more than likely for a new high. The Russell is acting better, okay, with 1, 2, 3, 4 days over the 50-day after only poking through it for 1 day on the close on this current pullback. So the Russell's acting okay, not great, hasn't filled its gap yet, so this also has to be watched. The Dow, just bringing up the rear, I mean, looks like crap, looks the worst out of all 4, and actually this right here is, to me, I'd be looking to get short this if it wasn't for the fact that the S&P 500 and the Russell aren't acting that bad, and the Nasdaq is holding up the best. You can see the Nasdaq has come up, it's tested the gap, it filled the gap actually, but it couldn't get through it yet. It's at short-term resistance right here, it's at Fibonacci resistance, but if it can get through this high, the next stop would be these highs up here from mid-August. Now, for this week, I think we're at an inflection point here. I think that we need to pay close attention to who comes in at the beginning of the week, if anybody, if they're even going to try to move it this week. And, don't go to sleep on this market just because we're coming up on Labor Day. Actually, it's the time that you really need to pay attention, because you can make the market can make these swift kind of moves before going into a dull period. So just paying attention here, seeing if it can get one more push up here, or if it's going to get rejected here at resistance. And if the Nasdaq got rejected, it would likely lead the rest of the indexes down. I mean, the big relationship you want to watch is the Russell and the Nasdaq. The Dow looks like it's ready to, fall anyway. So I don't think it'll take much nudging to get the Dow down if the Nasdaq starts to lead. Okay, so that's it. Have a great trading week. I wish I could be more confident that we're going to go to highs, but the Nasdaq is a leading index. It's just, I don't know if it's enough here to drag everything else up with it, if indeed it even does go. Because remember, like I said, it's at resistance right here. All right, I'll talk to everybody either in the daily newsletter, the daily email, or next week in the video. Take care.